Hi everybody, welcome to our first Small Business Bootcamp of 2020. Really excited to have you here today. Really looking forward to talking to you about how you can work with other businesses to grow your business.
How can small businesses help each other succeed?
Well, the first step in any small business partnership is to look for people that have similar targets to your target. So for example, if you are in a neighborhood where there are a lot of young professionals that work in that neighborhood and that's your main clientele, you may look for other retailers or other stores or partners within that area that have the same clientele. That way you can market to both and cross-promote and be able to have the benefit of you being able to reach their consumers and they being able to reach yours.
So how can that help me?
I can help you very easily in the fact that you're able to reach another audience that you can't, and it can act as an active referral, so they're a warm lead or a warm welcome when they first come to your store because they became aware of you from another trusted source.
How do I know what types of businesses to connect with?
That's a great question. It's not always easy to know what someone else's target is, but it's through networking, and you can also learn a lot by looking at their website to see if they have a similar tone and feel and messaging towards you as yours.
When is the right time to start connecting with other businesses?
Right away. There's no reason not to. We can talk about some of the concerns, which I'm sure will come up, but it doesn't hurt to have a conversation. It doesn't hurt to knock on their door. It doesn't hurt to go into the store and just say, hey, my name is X and I'm down the street, or gee, welcome to the neighborhood. Being able to have those types of partners is always valuable, and it's even if they're not the right target, it's good to know who they are.
How can I connect with other people in person?
Well, maybe as simple as not walk in the door and say, hi, my name is, but not to be glib. It's often difficult to get to the owner of a business. They're busy just like you are. Some of the ways to do that is through local chambers of commerce, any type of local business groups that you have. I would leverage any of the programs that are available to you in the city in which you live. They often have forums where small businesses can get together to share ideas and market.
How can I use LinkedIn to help my small business?
Well, LinkedIn is a great resource when you're looking to try to build some connection with another business owner. You can use Sales Navigator, which is probably, you have to pay for it, but it's probably one of the better tools that LinkedIn has, because you can search by business type, you can search by geography, and you can search by title, which would then get you owner, which would at least get you an idea of who that person might be.
How will I know who the right neighbors are?
Well, that's a really good question. How do you know your right neighbors when you move into a neighborhood? It's getting to know them, frankly. First and foremost, we'll go back to target. It's understanding who they're reaching and why they're reaching them. Then it goes to your brand. Are your brands compatible? Do you have the same brand style that you're going after? Obviously a homeopathic store doesn't necessarily want to partner with, another drugstore that thinks they're, snake oil. Obviously that's a bad mix. But there could be places like a Pilates studio and a massage therapist might make a great partnership in ways that you wouldn't normally think.
What are some issues that could get in the way of me connecting with some of my neighbors?
Well, first and foremost is usually time. It's time consuming to make connections, it's time consuming to build relationships, and one of the things that you and me as a small business owner have a little supply of is time. But it's time worth investing, I would argue, to find those right partners. The other thing that gets in the way is attitudes. If your other partner or other business does not look at partnerships the same way you do, that can get in the way. But if you start to talk about what this shared partnership can be for the both of you, it starts to become an easier conversation to have.
Is cost going to be an issue?
Cost normally isn't an issue. Frankly, it can be something as simple as offering swaps. So for example, I know a yoga studio and a boutique fitness that offer swaps of staff between the two programs. So one staff can take a fitness class, the other staff can take a yoga class, and by doing that, the staffs promote that to the clients that come in, and it's been a great way to share the client base without spending a penny.
Should I be afraid of competition?
Well, this is one of those areas that I think we get hung up on a little too much. It's really important to understand who is your competition. If your partner's trying to steal your clients, that's a problem. Unlikely, but a problem. You want to look for not exactly the same store, you want to look for exactly the same target, or not exactly the same business, but going after the same target. If you're competing to give the same solution, you're probably not a great partner, but there could be ways that you could work together that build you both.
How is New York City built for small business networking?
Well, for networking, it's built fairly well. I mean, frankly, New Yorkers don't leave a 10-block radius, so we, by nature, our neighbor live within our group. It's really important to walk to the business next door, where it's really walking 10 feet, makes it very easy to have those types of connections. New Yorkers are tough, hard to talk to sometimes, but if you can make those connections, they're good connections to have.
What can I do personally to connect better with businesses in the city?
Well, there are several programs in the city that can help connect businesses. There's the New York City Small Business Programs, so you can find that on nyc.gov. There are all of the SCORE and Small Business Association networking groups. There are tons of affiliate networking groups. There are also the Chamber of Commerce as ways of building networks. So New York has a plethora of networks. The challenge will be picking the right one.
Will this grant my business success in the long term?
If done well, yes, absolutely. I've seen it many, many times. The yoga studio and fitness studio helped both of them, especially establishing in a new location.
How have you networked with some businesses in your area?
So for us, it's all about networking, frankly. And we've done that through affiliate groups, so affiliate groups that have shared interests that we meet with. I've worked personally with the New York City Small Business Association. I've also worked with the SBA and SCORE associations. Thanks everyone for sticking with us through this webinar. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned some good things about networking. Please stay tuned this month. We will continue to post content about networking. Also, please stay tuned this month. We will also be posting our calendar for webinars in 2020. So stay tuned. Hope to see you soon, and have a great 2020.